Hello emptiness, my old friend. When you think of the desert, you think of dry, scorched, and lifeless lands where nothing grows. And I can't blame you. At first sight, you may be right. But nature itself makes no such judgments. It adapts and searches for a way to thrive in the most wretched and barren places. The lonely tree digs its roots through the sand and rock until it reaches the water. The beetle finds a cover and the oryx grows a family. Life finds a way. Some of us arrive in our own desert, where we feel stuck, with no clear roads and no fruits to grow. We are so used to being full and filled that we shun away from the emptiness, our inner desert. We hold on to anything to avoid the void, and in so doing, we deny a part of ourselves. But if you stay and keep your senses open, you may find a secret oasis.
No, onko se päällä? Joo. Sä laitoit. Jep. Goodness. So, hello guys and greetings from the Algudra desert. I'm taking a bit of a shade. We've been here already for some time actually filming, and it's getting incredibly steaming at the desert. For the very first time we came to Dubai, it was like obvious that, you know, there isn't that much like green nature here, but what there is here is the desert. And we had this kind of like a dream ever since we came here that we would come, go to the desert, like explore it, have some adventures and film there. Like we've had lots of plans, amazing ideas to film here, and now we are actually making that dream true. But it was not so simple, of course, at the start. Of course, you need especially, or obviously, the car to come here. So you gotta have a 4x4 vehicle. I mean, almost any 4x4 is capable of usually going these dunes, but there's still a lot of skill involved, and there's a lot of preparation that you need to take into account once you come here. I've been to something like maybe 8 different off-road lessons just to learn to be here. And it's not just that you're even able to drive, you know, on the dunes, but it's that you're able to navigate. Because if you take a wrong turn or something, you can flip over with the car, you can get stuck. It's super easy to get stuck in the desert. I think people do not even realize that if you look at the tires here, I'm not sure if you're able to see, but they are very low tire pressure, so they're very like empty. You need to lower the tire pressure. That's how you increase the traction actually. There's wider base that is touching the sand, so you have more traction to not get stuck. But if they are like in a normal car, like full tires, it'll just like start spinning the tires and you will dig yourself into the sand, so that's not nice. I've had this practice actually digging a car out of the sand. It can take up from 30 minutes to 1 hour. It's hard work in the in the sun. Something that we actually got wiser, because we've been a couple of times actually filming here. So the first time we were filming and the time before that when I was practicing just driving here, there was this wind, like crazy wind, and I can tell you when there's a wind in the desert, it gets everywhere. Like, I mean, your nose, your ears, your eyes. For like one day, like for full day, you have like the sand dropping from your eyes. If you put your like finger to your ear, you have like this great like centimeter of sand in your finger. So it's absolutely crazy. So we realized that we need to get these goggles. We need to get these shemikes to cover ourselves in case there's some kind of desert storm. You need to have the sufficient recovery gear for your car. You need to know the settings. You need to know how to really do a lot of stuff to actually make this possible. It's not just like you have a car, you come here. You need to really know what you're doing. You need to develop the skill of driving, the skill of preparing the vehicle for it. And then you just need to have the courage, because coming here alone, there isn't really help anywhere near here. So it's kind of like a real survival experience in that matter. And here in Dubai, like, you know, everyone knows it's, you know, the skyscrapers, it's the money, the cars, it's like this real like high life here. But it does, of course, have, it's like nice to experience that, but sometimes you just miss like this really calm and empty places and just the silence. You know, if you're at the city, there's always traffic, some parties, you know, some cars are honking, and it's some constructions here and there and so on. Here it's like I can't hear. If I just don't speak, it's very silent. I can hear some birds here, sometimes a plane or something. So it's an amazing experience, and I really look forward to showing you some of the material that we've been filming here. So we will continue this adventure. Final champions round. Just now, so we just need to bear it. You need to accept the struggle, go for it. It cannot kill you, it cannot hurt you. We will not keep pauses. Let's tighten it up. Glass is tight. Protect the eyes. You ready for war? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, war!
desert, you learn to fight as you wrestle with your hallucinations and mental chimeras, but eventually you have to learn to fall. The thoughts you hold on to and your self-image shatter into hundreds of pieces which dissolve into darkness. From emptiness, you are born again. Yet this time, something is different. By having to rebuild yourself, you realize the power you had all along.
So we were just out here at the desert filming and actually having a proper workout training. We've every time coming here, you know, you're a little bit wiser. There were a couple of times that we came here, there's a huge wind. Even this time there's actually storm wind right now. It isn't as bad as the couple of times that we were here when the wind is actually blowing so much that the sand is just flying like towards you. So you get sand in your, you know, eyes, your nostrils, ears, everything will be covered in sand. So we actually got a bit wiser. We got these goggles and so what I was saying is we got these kind of goggles which are actually extremely useful. So even in this workout the sand is getting here and there, they actually cover or keep that sand from going to your eyes, and if it gets there, I mean it stays there for a while. So it's really helpful. The shamak also, it just can cover your ears, you know, your hair and stuff like that. So very like fundamental survival tool actually for the desert. So this time we weren't too far out there. We found this nice spot with also some plants here. But overall, the desert driving is getting all the time better. Feel more comfortable, more confident into navigating, exploring. The UAE, it really opens up a lot of different roads. And of course there's been, like I explained, you know, there's some mistakes we have made, but we learned through them, like how to really, what kind of gear to have here, what kind of clothes to wear, and so on. It's actually, there's a lot of things that you won't think about once you get here. So it's good to do some research beforehand. Obviously, there definitely is its own nice, I say, fascination towards the desert. Because especially here in Dubai, it's so different. It's so empty, so silent in places, and it's very refreshing to actually come here. Last time we saw tons of animals also, and there's so much, like surprisingly much different, like a bugs. Like you find this, I don't know what they call them.
Mummy.
Yeah, the bugs that are in the movie Mummy, you know, the ones that eat people inside. Of course, they don't maybe do that in real life, not sure. I didn't check. But we saw them like making nests in the sand or covering themselves from the sun. Other, of course, flies and stuff. We saw these like antelope kind of animals, like oryx, it's called. So there's actually a lot of wildlife. I was really surprised because I thought desert is like mainly kind of dead, you know, there's nothing really lives there, but there is of course some vegetation here, and there should be some springs on the mountains as well. So I suppose that supports the wildlife here. Something that I think for many people might even forget, if you haven't been to the nature in a while, you do not realize the difference it makes. Like for me to come here, it's a big change. It's a huge change because the environment is so different. It's so stimulating if you're in the cities. It's like constantly getting this stimulus, you know, from somewhere, of course, you know, also your phone, your, you know, media, virtual life and everything. And you don't even realize that you're constantly under this kind of influence. So to come to the nature, I think is something that I should do more. I think more people should do it, because it really can give you a new perspective. It can make you even think completely differently, because you finally experience maybe some calm, some peace and so on. It's a bit of a bumpy ride at the moment, but we're just about to get out of this desert. But yeah, just to experience really the calm of the nature, and even walking like bare feet, all the kind of possible hippie stuff that you can imagine. It feels great.
It's great for mental health.
Yes, exactly. Great for mental health. If you are like depressed or something, I mean, there's a good chance that you just haven't gotten like fresh air, you haven't gotten maybe sun. So we're just about to head to the road. All right, here we are.
The closer we are to nature, the more connected we are to ourselves. Seeing the larger fractal, we see a pattern of ourselves, of our nature and origin. So we are reminded of the peace and harmony that lies inside of us. The desert is where we can recreate ourselves, where the heat forces us to let go of the unnecessary burden. It is where we build deeper and finer roots and a greater appreciation for all life. Do not run away, but say hello to the desert.